Welcome to our channel. Either you hate it or love it. This is the series of mathematics, learning mathematics in a simple approach. Guys, this is the series of our topics in mathematics all about algebra. In the previous blogs, we have shared to you the fundamentals of algebra. We have the principles of the real numbers. What are the composition? And what are the properties? How we can interpret these real numbers? What are the compositions of real numbers, by the way? This is what we have learned from our previous blogs. How we can graph these real numbers, these different real numbers, irrespective of its composition, in a graphical manner. This moment, I invite you to go with me through the rest of this session. We're going to share to you this all about, still we are in the fundamentals of algebra. We are going to share to you the 5 properties of real numbers. Okay? We have the properties of real numbers. We have the commutative property of additions. Number 2, we have the associative property of addition. Commutative property of multiplication. Number 4, we have the associative property of multiplications. And number 5, we have the distributive property of multiplications over additions. Okay? So we have five properties of real numbers. Now, we are going to go through deep inside on these characteristics, these properties, so that we could learn how to associate interrelating these real numbers, so that we could understand fully before we go on to the complex world of algebra. Bear with me. We are going to show it as easy as we can. Now, on the first property, we will see this one in one. We have the commutative property of additions. This commutative property of addition, if you are using the numbers A and B, okay? Now, this number 1 commutative property of addition is meant to say that the order of addition of two numbers shall we say A and B. Two numbers does not affect to its result, to the result. Okay? Meaning, if you are going to use A and B, this is the numbers, A and B, say, sample, these are the numbers. The numbers, say we have A plus B is equal to, we are going to change position, B plus A. You see? Does not affect to the result. A and B, this, we have on the left side, we have A, and on my right side B. we are interchanging the positions of these numbers. Now, can we apply this one in a number? Let's say A is 1 and B is 2. Let's say, for example, if A is 1 and B is 2, let's say A is 1 plus 2. Now, we have B. B we have is 2 plus 1. Now, the result of 1 plus 2 on the left side, we have 3. On my right side, we have 3. You see? These are the commutative property of additions. Okay? Now, on number 2, the order of summation or sum of the numbers may be grouped in any manner without affecting the result. So these are the associative property of addition. Okay? In number 1, we have the order of two numbers. Now we have the order of summations of the numbers may be grouped in any manner without affecting the results. Say, for example, we are adding C as the third numbers. Okay? Now, for example, if A plus B plus C will feel like this, then we are going to associate A and B in one group of parentheses, and we have to separate C on this one. Say, for example, if you are going to apply this one in numbers, say, for example, we are going to use A as 1, B is 2, and C is 3. Okay? Take a look on that one, how it's being done, so that you could understand fully these principles and apply this one in real numbers. Okay? What are the, on the left side equations, we have 1 plus 2, we have C plus C. What is number 3? We have A plus B, we have 1 plus 2. Associate, we have C, 3. Okay? 1, of course, we have to enter 2 plus 3, we have 5. Now on the right side, and we have on the left side, 1 plus 2 was 3 plus 3. Now 1 plus 5, we have 6. 3 plus 3, 6. You see? This is the number 2 properties, associative property of additions. So take a look on the left and on the right side. There's no difference on the sum, the total sum. If we add on this, we have added already both left and right side. The answers are equal. Okay? This is the associative property of addition. Okay, let's go to the third one. Are you with me? Okay, number 3, we have the commutative property of multiplications. Okay, we say it, number 3. The order of the factors of the product does not affect the result. Hi guys, look at the difference on this one. 1 and 2. Only the signs, additions and the sign. This one we are ordering this one. On number 3, let's take a look how these principles goes on the applications. For example, the order of the factors of the product does not affect the result. Okay? If you'll see this one, A, B, B, A. Okay? Now, if you're going to use, let's say for example, A is 1, B is 2. Let's say 1 times 2 is equal to 2 times 1. So how does it ends? 2. 2. Simple? You get it? So this is the commutative property of multiplications. Very easy. Okay? Now let's go to number 4. Number 4, we have the associative property of multiplications. It's the same that applications in number 2, which we have associative property of additions. The only thing different is we associate the product. Okay? Number 4, the factors of the product of the number may be grouped in any manner without affecting the results. Okay? Let's take a look on the sample. Now, how we could apply number 4? Associating the product of the numbers. The same also as we associate the property of additions, we are going to associate it the factors of the product. Okay? So for example, examples of number 4. Okay? Now, if we say A, B, and C. Okay? If A, we're going to associate with AB times C. It would not get any difference if A will associate with closely with B together, then after the number A. Okay? Applying this variable into numbers, we'll say if you are going to use another numbers, say for example, if we are going to use this one to 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Let's say A is 4. Okay? 5. Say this one here. 5 times 5. Okay? Now 6. We say here 4 times, we have 5 times 6. Okay? 4 times 5 is, we could get this one. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay? Okay? 20 times 6. We have 4. 5 times 6 is, shall we say, 30? 30? Okay, guys. We say this one here. We get easy computations like this. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 2 is 100. We have 12. They say 120. Okay? Okay? 20 times 6 is? Get with me? Yes? 120. 4 times 3 is? 12. Plus 0. You add it. Is equal to 120. Okay? You remember this one here. This is the associative property. In fact, the difference is the sign symbols and the effect of multiplications and additions of the number 2 property. And here on the 4, it affects also how the operations of multiplications associate on this real number property. Okay? Let's go with say number 5. Okay, number 5. Let's erase this one. Number 5. Number 5 is distributive property of multiplications over additions. It's meant to say that the sum of the product of number A by the sum of the product say by the sum of a number of B plus C is equal to the sum of the product of A, B, and AC. Okay? You get it? So the sum of the product of a number A by the sum of a number of B and C is equal to the sum of the product of AB and AC. Let's convert it to the equations so that you could understand it. For example, if you are using A, B, and C as the number variable, okay, it's going to associate make this way as a distributive. Okay. A plus B and C is equal to AB plus BC. Getting AB and A times B and also E times C also. We distribute. Just meant to say distributed. Okay? Now, get a number. Apply this one in a number. Okay? Say for example, we'll say 1, 2, and 3. We'll say A as 1 and 2, B and C is 3. You see, let's associate this one. AB, we're going to associate A and B. We have 1 times 2 plus 1 times 3. Now 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 times 3 is 3. Okay? Now, these are 2 plus 3 is 5. So this is the equivalent of interpreting this 5 properties. Okay? Hope you guys have learned the 5 properties of real numbers as we have discussed earlier. To remind you, number 1, commutative properties of additions. Number 2, associative property of additions. Number 3, we have the commutative property of multiplications. Number 4, we have the commutative property of multiplications. Number 5, we have the distributive property of multiplications over additions. Hope you like it. And if you have more questions, just give me some remarks and email me at the Gmail address that I have put on this blog. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.